Welcome to Liberty, Missouri, one of Kansas City's most desired areas in the Northland of Kansas City. We are in a house that was older than your grandma, I guarantee it. 1906 is when this house is built. If you stick around to the end, I will show you every single nook and cranny of this historic home, as well as telling you some of the awesome things about it and some of the things that you might want to consider if you moved into a historic home in Liberty. However, we're going to see new builds, we're going to see Liberty Square, we're going to see other things in Liberty, so let's get after it. Welcome to Homestead. Homestead is a very new community. The houses in here are still being built, and we will go into one, new build in Liberty. And some of the houses here are built, a couple of years ago, but Homestead is a community that has a great HOA. So if you want to live in an HOA, this could be a possibility for you. This is a community you can find a lot of in Liberty. These brand new builds, because people desire to be in this area. People desire to have brand new homes in great school systems, close to everything, close to a lot of the activities that we've seen in this video. This is just a great place to live. You've got your pool closed up now, but during the summer, I bet you this place is popping. You got your clubhouse, which I bet you has a fitness center in there. Of course, you're going to be paying an HOA. But if you're paying an HOA, I would want all of these amenities too. Let's go see a little bit of the neighborhood itself, and then we're gonna go check out a house in Homestead. So we're coming into the Homestead neighborhood, and like I said before, it's a newer community. This house, like I said, is brand new. Nobody's ever lived in it before. But some of these houses here you got a couple different options if you want to live here. You've got a reverse 1.5, which teaser is the house that we're gonna be seeing later today. Not this one, but kind of a layout just like this one. You've got a classic kind of 2-story house right here. You've got a couple different layouts that are available in this neighborhood. I would imagine the resale value of these homes are going to be somewhere in the $550 to $650 range. And the one that we're going to be seeing is just under $600,000. But this is a good feel and a good example of these new build communities in Liberty and surrounding Liberty. Teaser, later we are going to go to a park that's right outside of Liberty that has a neighborhood that is very, very similar to Homestead. So keep on watching for that. Okay, so you don't want to live in a 100-plus-year-old home. I understand. Some people want to live in something that's just freshly built, and that's exactly what we have here in Liberty. This house is on the market right now for just under $600,000. It's $599,000, $999,000. So come on in. Immediately, you've got this reverse 1.5, which we've talked about a lot on our channel as a very desirable layout, because you've got some bedrooms up here, you got some bedrooms downstairs, and some reverses do have a walkout basement, which this one does. We're gonna check out the basement later, but first, take a look at this magnificent kitchen. I love this kitchen. As always, I do point out this large island, mostly because I have countertop envy in my own kitchen. I wish we had a large island where we could put our stuff, but this is great. You've got your sink, your dishwasher right here, a place to put bar stools, and then like I said, it's all white. Very fresh, very clean. I think it goes really well with the gold accents on the kitchen hardware and the color of the floors. I think they put this house together really well. Another feature I really like, I don't like my kitchen to be cluttered, okay? And I want to know where everything is. You've got a large pantry, really nice, where you can just kind of line these shelves and keep this kitchen very uncluttered. I would appreciate that. I know my wife, Emily, would really appreciate that as well. You've got a gas stove, which I know for you cooks out there. Now, full disclosure, I'm not very, culinary inclined. I don't have the skills to cook. I make myself peanut butter sandwiches. I can pour a bowl of cereal. I can do the basic things to keep my kids alive. But if you are a chef, then you want this gas stove. It's highly desirable. And for people who buy new builds, I know if they have the option to select, more often than not, they'll ask me, hey, can I get a gas stove? The earlier you reach out to us, the more we can help you make these customizations and these changes to these houses. So 816-4MOVE-KC. Now come along this way and we're gonna see the large living area. So you've got, I really like these fireplaces. So first of all, if you like stonework, this one doesn't have stonework, but it's clean. I think it goes with the aesthetic really well of the kitchen. It goes with the aesthetic of the walls super well too. And then this fireplace, just hit the switch and you can see it kicks on really easy right there. It's getting colder in Kansas City. This morning I woke up, it was 55 degrees. It's almost fireplace time. So that's simple. You don't want to be starting a wood fire. Maybe you do, but I would say this is a lot easier to do than doing that. And of course, you've got over here a very ample eat-in area. Large kitchen table. I would think a round kitchen table would go really well right here. And then a nice couch to kind of section this off. Now let's head to the primary bedroom with an attached primary bathroom and a very large walk-in closet. Let's go. Beautiful primary bedroom. Really large, coffered ceilings, ceiling fan, everything that you could possibly want. Overlooks your backyard, which is pretty ample, and it has actually some wooded areas that you can overlook too. Stick around to the end of this tour. We're gonna take you out on the back deck and we can check out the view that you would have if you were to buy this house. So we'll go down the basement first, then out to the back deck, but come with me into this primary bathroom. As we come in here, it's giant. And of course, it goes on with the gold accents. I like it when they tie a theme together. Really goes well with the kitchen hardware, and I think really goes well with the floors that they chose to put in this place. Very large soaking tub, along with a very large shower. I think the only thing that you really have to do with this place is just come, enjoy, relax, de-stress. All of it's just available to you right here. And after you de-stress, or after you come back from work, hop in here and you can get dressed in a very large walk-in closet. I mean, this place is deep, bigger than some bedrooms here in Kansas City. You've got ample places to hang all your clothes right here. You've got ample shelving to put shoes, shorts, pants, I don't know, whatever you want to do with this place. It's all available to you, and you've even got a little bit of a window to let some light in as you change. Another feature, and if you've been watching this channel, you know what I'm going to say next. New builds always have what? A laundry room attached to the walk-in closet. So let's go into this laundry room. And as we come into this laundry room, notice this pocket door. Of course, you want some privacy. Hey, this is your closet. You don't want people coming in and out. So you could just close this up. But then when you need to use it, open this right back up, take your dirty clothes right here, stuff it into your laundry, wash it, dry it, and then restock your closet. I mean, if you think about it, a teaser to that house that we're gonna go back to, that 100-year-old house. A lot of 100-year-old houses, they've got their laundry in the basement. And if you've got your primary bedroom, secondary bedroom on the second level or even the third level, there's an attic level to some of these houses. That's 4 sets of stairs. Now, of course, so much different, right? This is a brand new home. That is a home that's 100+ years old. So there's a lot to be, there's a lot of give and take. If you want something brand new, this is it. If you want something old, historic, that's it. That's why we show you these homes on this channel, so you can decide exactly what you want. Coming through here, mudroom. Okay, you got crazy kids, I got crazy kids. When they come home, you park your car in the garage right here, you come out, and maybe it's a rainy day in Kansas City. Maybe it's a snowy day in Kansas City. You don't want them dragging all their snow, all their rain, all their grass clippings all across your beautiful floors. Just keep them right here. Say, hey, take your shoes off, take your coat off, hang it right here, stuff your shoes underneath here, hang your bag so that you know where all their schoolwork is or all their coats are. This is key for organization. Really, really need this in my house because I can never find my kids' shoes. You know, this scattered everywhere. But this is a place that you can keep them all. I'll be right here. Let's head down to the basement. Okay, so we're down here. Very large secondary living area or theater area or game room or man cave or den or whatever it is that you want to do with this. Large area. And you've got right here, like I said, your walkout area. And you know why it's so desirable to have a walkout is not only do you have the benefits of a daylight basement where you have a lot of windows, but you also have the ease and convenience of just accessing your backyard from this area. So if you like to throw parties like I do, this would be a place where if you threw a Sunday party, you're gonna put the Chiefs on right here. Okay, maybe upstairs you're having your food. People can mingle and meander. You keep this walkout open, you keep that patio door that we're gonna see after we get on the patio open. People can go in and out, and it just kind of connects the entirety of the house. I really, really like this feature. Also, you've got a wet bar down here. So put your drink fridge right here, put another microwave right here. Man, perfect place to heat up your nachos. Perfect place to grab a drink. Perfect place to keep all your spirits down here. I don't know, do with it what you want. A lot of these wet bar or dry bar countertops, you know, they kind of just throw whatever they have from Lowe's or Menards or Home Depot, the Formica kind of cheap stuff. No, not this. This is like real granite, okay? So you're gonna have this really nice countertop down here. Kind of explains why you're paying $600,000 for this house. Now, comment below, do you think this house is a good value? Or do you think you could get better value elsewhere? I would love to know where you're watching from, because a lot of people will say, hey, that's a super cheap house for $600,000. And some people will say, actually, you know what? Like, I could get better value elsewhere. So comment below what you think about this. Let's see the 2 secondary bedrooms. All right, so staying on this bottom level, this secondary bedroom is large, like I said. You have this nice daylight window that gives you a lot of natural light. And one thing to point out, we didn't see the upstairs bedroom. You might see that in some of the clips that we're gonna include of this house, but each and every single one of these bedrooms, all 4 bedrooms in this house, have walk-in closets. So follow me and I'll show you a large walk-in closet for a secondary bedroom. This is kind of uncommon because you could have honestly, when they built this house, they probably could have just put like one of these, like right here, so that you can hang your clothes, call it a closet, but they didn't do that. I mean, they included a secondary closet, and this one has a light. You shut this off, come on in, get dressed, go about your day. This is, you know, your 15-year-old son has this bedroom, or your 10-year-old daughter, whoever you are, you know, if you want to put your kids down here, I think they would really enjoy this area. Let's go see the basement bathroom, and then let's go see the deck, because it's a beautiful day here in Kansas City. So this is the bathroom that these 2 bedrooms would use, and also your guests would probably use this bathroom too, as they came for your parties, as you threw your game day party, whatever. I mean, this is a great bathroom. Of course, it's not going to have the same accoutrements, as I would say, as your primary bedroom, but as your primary bathroom, but of course it's not intended for that, right? It's intended to be a very utilitarian, very usable bathroom, and I think it accomplishes that very well. Let's go see the deck and keep on watching, because we're not done with Liberty yet. We got so much more to show you. Like I said before, beautiful day in Kansas City. I mean, literally it's like 75 degrees, sunny, not even a breeze. Man, just gorgeous fall day. Let's come on outside and let's enjoy it together. So we can see, man, this deck is really cool. So this is an option that we can help you negotiate. If you look over there, that one doesn't have steps on it yet. A lot of these other ones do, but you do have to make sure that the builder knows exactly what you want. Let me tell you a quick story. We recently helped a buyer just like you close on a house in Kearney. They wanted a deck that had a stairway down and a large concrete pad underneath, and we were successfully able to negotiate that for them at no cost to them. So hey, just give us a call, 816-4MOVE-KC. We would love to help you do that. Now let's head to our next stop in Liberty. Hey, welcome to downtown Liberty. We are right at the center of Liberty Square. This is historic downtown Liberty. The courthouse is right behind me. Let me tell you something. When I used to live in Clay County, this is the Clay County Courthouse. So you would have to come here to pay your personal property taxes. And if you don't know what those are, let me fill you in. Any piece of personal property that you have, like your car, maybe a boat or anything like that, they charge you personal property taxes every year. Why? I don't know, because the government wants money from you, okay? You gotta come up here and you gotta pay them at the end of every year. Typically in December, you get that personal property tax bill. Luckily, I had some beaters when I lived in Clay County, so it was like, 2000 Subaru, 2006 Kia Sedona, which we still have, is still going, right? So personal property taxes weren't that bad, but you do gotta come up here and you gotta take care of those. Sometimes you can take care of it online, but I don't know, there's something wrong with my account and I had to drive up to Liberty. Not a big deal. So you can do business out here in Liberty, pay your taxes like I said before, but there's a ton of cute places around here. This weekend is the Fall Festival, which is one of the big events here in Liberty. There's gonna be people all over the square right here. So it's a really beautiful place, and the house that we started at is just actually right down the road, probably within walking distance to where we are right now. So on Saturdays, not only is this place going to be really busy during the Fall Festival, but on Saturday, there is a farmer's market here where you can come get fresh produce, you can come get, I don't know what exactly they sell. Truth be told, I've never actually been to the farmer's market before. So if you do come up here, check it out, leave a comment and tell me what exactly they sell at the farmer's market. Been down to the city market one, but I haven't been up to the Liberty one. And then you can see behind me, man, a lot of brick buildings, a lot of brick businesses. This is a great place if you want to open a small business, if you can get a place out here, you probably get a lot of traffic because as you can see on a nice day like today, there are people out and about just kind of walking around, doing their business, paying their taxes. I don't know exactly what the heck they're doing, but they can pop into your, orthodontics place. They can pop into your small business, whatever it is. So this is a key part of Liberty, a core part of what makes Liberty unique is that it's got this historic downtown. It's the center of Clay County. Liberty was founded in 1828, so that's a long time ago. Let's go to the next spot. So if you're a fan of history and you know who Jesse James is.
You're not Jesse James.
And you're a fan of outlaws, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you are an outlaw, okay, watching this video.
I'm your huckleberry.
All right, if you are, I would say stop robbing banks. But this is one of the first banks that Jesse James and his gang robbed. And according to this plaque, site of the first daylight bank holdup in the United States. How wild is that, right? I mean, I guess people were holding people up in the middle of the night before this, and he just reinvented the wheel, right? He's like the Steph Curry of bank robberies. He just changes the game. And all of a sudden people are like, oh dude, you can rob banks in the daytime now? I mean, Jesse James started that, okay? So if you know of a daylight bank robbery or were a part of one, then you know who to blame. It's this guy right here. Jesse James robbed this bank in the broad daylight. Hey, so we're inside the bank museum of the first daylight bank robbery. Pretty crazy, right? Jesse James actually robbed this place of $60,000 and they've pretty much preserved it in the history of it. So I think this is like super incredible that they've kept all this. And again, the charm of Liberty is that you got the new builds, you got the old homes, you've got the history, you're not super far from downtown Kansas City, you've got the great school systems, you've got awesome parks, as we're gonna see later in this video. You've got a ton of things to do in Liberty. Obviously, I'm not going to touch anything. It says right here, please do not touch. But I mean, I think this is preserved much in the way that it was when he robbed it. Look at his bank vault, still money in there, right? Isn't that crazy? You would think he would have robbed them blind, but there's still money in there. I don't know. Another thing to know about Liberty, we're not going to get a chance to see it, is that Joseph Smith, the LDS founder, was also imprisoned in Liberty. Here, so not here, but in Liberty. And I know I have a lot of clients who are LDS moving from Utah, relocating, and they told me one of the reasons that they're choosing Missouri, they're choosing Kansas City area is because of the rich LDS history that's out here as well. So again, don't know too much about it, all secondhand, haven't done a ton of research on the whole Joseph Smith side of things, but I know Liberty Jail is where they definitely kept him while he was here. Okay, so we've seen downtown Liberty and Liberty Square. Now we're gonna grab some lunch. We're gonna go to a brewing company that also serves barbecue. It's called 3 Halves Brewing. Now, fun fact about me, I'm allergic to alcohol, so I can't have anything to drink. But that's all right, I still like barbecue, and they have some really good barbecue. It used to be a place called Jousting Pigs, but they recently shut down, probably within the last year or two, and then now it's just the brewery and the barbecue that they serve there. So I think Jousting Pigs is still existing somewhere as a competition barbecue place. But let's go in, 3 Halves, and let's see what kind of barbecue they serve there. Burnt ends are pretty good. I think if you like a leaner burnt end, this is good. I like it fatty, and I think if you want the fattiest burnt ends, you should go to Q39. At least what I've found in the city. I haven't had every single barbecue joint in the city because there's way too many to try. But eventually, keep making these vlogs, I will add them all. But this one is good. I would say you can see it not as fatty as some of the other ones, but still good. Like really good flavor, good sauce. 3 Halves sauce. So yeah, would recommend. The spicy, I think it's spinach dip I got. Actually pretty spicy, solid fries. So I would give this meal recommend. If you're up in Liberty, I think you should try it out. All right, now that we've had lunch already with some delicious beef burnt ends, we are back in this neighborhood right around downtown Liberty. And I kind of wanted to show you before we got back to that historic house where we started the video, some of the charm of Liberty. Now, a lot of people love Liberty because you have historic neighborhoods like this. I mean, look at this Tudor behind me. Gorgeous house. Look at this kind of craftsman style house behind me here. Incredible, right? If you wanted to live in some of these houses, you'd have to go to Midtown, you'd have to go to Waldo, but you can have it all in Liberty. You can have the Northland, you can have great school systems, you can have basically everything that you want. And then you're right off the 35, so if you do want to go downtown, really accessible as well. So without further ado, let's get back to that historic 100 and some year old house that we started at in the introduction. And I'm gonna show you every single nook and cranny. Make sure you watch until the very end because I don't think you're gonna believe what's on the 3rd floor. Welcome back. You stuck around until the end for this historic 1906 Liberty build. I told you at the beginning I would share a couple of things that you might want to know about living in a home about this age. Our house in Midtown is pretty comparable to age. It's not as old as this one. It's about a decade newer, but it's still a 100-year-old home. A lot of aspects of it are very similar. First thing that you're gonna wanna note, it's very rare to find a house like this where they preserve all these wood accents. I really like it when they do that and they don't paint everything white because it really gives the house a ton of character, a ton of charm. Follow me into this main living area that kind of is interconnected to everything else. Now, you'll notice that when we see new construction and when we see houses that are built like in the 2010s or in the 2015, that kind of area, they make everything kind of open. I think cozy is coming more in. You see that there's some decent openness here, but it's not just like everything. You can't just access the kitchen from right here. You do have, this is kind of a hearthside room where you've got your fireplace here. Not sure whether it's a gas fireplace or a wood burning fireplace, but either way, you've got a very cozy room here. I could picture during the holidays putting a Christmas tree in the corner right there. I could picture putting a sitting room, maybe a library right here, maybe an office. I think that'd be great. Come through here and we'll get into the formal dining room. The one thing I really do like about this house is that you have a ton of updates that still preserve the historic nature of this house. So this chandelier, it's not like one of those gaudy modern chandeliers. Now, there's a place for those, right? New builds, they have those modern chandeliers, but this is obviously, you know, it's running LED lights and all that kind of stuff, but it preserves the aesthetic that you really do want to preserve in a house like this. I could picture a massive round dining room table right here, having a bunch of friends over, having your family gather right here. Great spot. If you follow me into the kitchen, you'll see a lot of this wood is preserved. It runs all the way throughout. One thing too is that if you stay right there, you can see you can reach right through here and put dishes, cabinets, your china right here. If you have china, I don't know. We're not the type of people who have china, but if you're that type, you have that access. Really cool. Come in here. Again, kitchen with modern appliances. One of the things that you do need to know, if you do decide to live in the historic district of Liberty, there are some jurisdictions and some rules and bylaws about what you can and can't do in your home. I remember when we first moved to Kansas City about 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, we considered a house really close to this one. And one of the reasons that we didn't buy it was because we knew that a couple of things that we wanted to do to the house would have to be run by the city. If you don't mind that and you want to preserve the historic integrity of these houses, which a lot of people do see as a huge plus, then this may be for you. But you do have a kitchen that's pretty open, pretty accessible. And then you come here, and if you decided not to put a TV in that front room, you've got this room back here for a TV. And let me tell you, this room is very large, probably bigger than that front room. Makes it feel kind of open. So you have the blend of like a formal entryway, the coziness up there, and then this area right here that really connects to the kitchen, the dining room, and this entertainment room. Another thing that I do love about this house is not only do you have a half bath right here for your guests, you also have laundry room right here. So if you didn't want to go all the way down to the basement, you have your laundry hookups right in here. And then you have plenty of cabinet space to fold and put away your laundry. Obviously you wouldn't put it away down here. You'd take it up to your closets, but detergent, soap, a pantry, this is where it's at. So there's two entrances to the deck. And one thing I love about the deck, we have the same type of Trex material, very durable. It's gonna last for a really long time. And you can tell that these people, these sellers, have meticulously maintained this property, as well as added on a lot of modern features that make this property incredible. Stick around to the end and I'll tell you exactly how much you can buy this property for, because I think if you're moving, especially from the coast, you might be surprised at the value you get in Kansas City. Look over here, you have a big green space over here, a driveway pad, a fire pit area. This is an awesome place to spend time. I absolutely love this. We would be very, very happy in this house, our family personally, and I think you would be too. All right, come with me. We're gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna show you what a basement in a 1906 house actually looks like, because depending on where you're from in the United States, you might be surprised. I know I was when I first moved to Kansas City to see some of these basements. So let's go see what it's all about. All right, now that we're down in the basement, this basement is very typical for a house built in the early 1900s. It's a stone foundation. And for this, I would say this is a stone foundation in very good condition. You don't see a lot of cracks, you don't see a lot of moisture intrusion. We live in a stone foundation as well, and I would say it's one step below this. It's not necessarily bad, but this is great. I think you have a place right here that they use to work out, and I think for this too, you think about it, they wouldn't put stuff down here if they're getting water in here, right? So when you're looking at houses, you want to kind of look at those contextual clues, like are they using this for storage? Is it completely cleared out because they get water in here? This is a big usable space and really high ceilings too. These foundations can sometimes be really low and you have to kind of duck down when you go there. Not here. I would say this is a good, 9 feet above my head. Let's go to an addition that they put on this that I think is super useful. So here is a 2-car garage that faces that back pad, and this is an incredibly useful addition to the house. If you look behind me, you'll see the original stone foundation where they added on. And then also too, you can tell that this foundation is completely different than the stone. This is poured concrete. So this is gonna be a brand new addition. Maybe not brand new, of course you can see that they've used it a little bit, but this is not originals to the house and it is a great touch. A lot of these houses do have detached garages, but this one being attached, you're gonna love it, especially come the Kansas City summers where it's blazing hot, you don't wanna go outside, and the Kansas City winters when it's freezing cold. Really, really incredible touch. Let's go upstairs where we're gonna find 5 bedrooms, 5 large usable bedrooms. What's cool about this house too, I don't know if you can hear it in the video, is that when you're walking around, the floors creak. So if you got kids that sneak around like my kids do after dark, there's no doing that in a house this old because you'll hear them, you immediately hear them. Right when my kids get out of bed, I know floor's creaking, they're out of bed, it's time to go up and be like, hey guys, it's time to sleep. Let's go upstairs. Hey, before we get to the primary bedroom, some of the super cool things about this house is that, in 1906, there's no central air conditioning. That's added after the fact, right? So you have these kind of windows that open this way. So you can have the door closed and you can still have airflow in and out of this room. I just think that little touches like that make living in a historic home worth it. 100-year-old home, 100-plus-year-old home, and you still preserve stuff like this. So really, really cool touch here. All right, welcome into the primary bedroom. This primary bedroom easily fits a king-size bed. It's got a ceiling fan, overlooks your garage, and notice on the addition, you have solar panels. And I know from the listing agent told me that this house, the electric bill to heat and cool it is only an average of like $130 something. So that's really cheap for a house this size. 5-bedroom house, 100 years old, not the most energy efficient because, hey, it's 100 years old, right? But with the solar panels, makes it really great value. Let's come through here and let's check out the primary bathroom. Before we get there, we've got 2 closets right here. So you can put his and her stuff, whatever you want. But come in here, you've got a larger than average primary bathroom in a house like this. This definitely has to be redone. Maybe not recently redone, maybe within the last 10 years or so. A large jetted tub. I typically don't take baths because I don't fit in my tub. You can fit 2 people in here, right? Of course, you got your toilet and then a stand-up shower for the times that you don't want to take a bath. And then you've got your pedestal sink right here. Really awesome. Notice the columns right here. It just makes it so architecturally interesting. I love houses like that. It just adds to the charm, adds to the character, adds to the kind of fun of living in a house like this. And I'll tell you, even after a few years of living in my 100-year-old home, there's some quirks about my house that I just love. And wake up every day to, have my creaky wood floors and like stuff like this that just makes it really charming. Let's head to the other bedroom because there's a large bedroom off the front with something that you're gonna want to see. Before you get to that, you got a large clawfoot tub, really adds to the charm. And again, this is more modern tile, but it keeps the aesthetic of a 100-year-old home. Hey, kudos to the seller, and I'm sure this home will go soon. Again, stay tuned until the end and I'll give you the price. One cool feature about this room is this built-in desk. Wasn't always here, but they kept the kind of hardwood aesthetic. Really cool. You could put your books right here. This could be a kind of reading nook. I could picture my son as he gets older doing his homework right here. I could picture all of that. And then this is a perfect reading nook with some hidden storage. So you could put blankets right here, you could put pillows right here, whatever it is that you want, I know my sons would have a great time just playing in here, hiding in here, you know, playing hide and seek. I mean, what a great hide and seek house, right? You have so many places where you can, you know, hide and just not be found. And I think for my kids right now, at 5, 3, and 0, this is like, it would be a dream for them to explore this house. Let's go upstairs because there's another level. What I would probably do on this level is I would make it like a kid's level. Couple playrooms, of course these are bedrooms. Come in this one and you can see what I mean. This is probably the only one where the floor hasn't been refinished, but you know what I do? For my kids, I would put like maybe like a more bouncy floor right here so that they could just kind of run around and do their thing up here and maybe make this into a bedroom. I've seen some ideas where you have young kids and you put like a rock climbing wall or something like that. I don't know. Tons of things that you could do with this room. And then we'll end at this bedroom behind you right here. This is the last bedroom, and this faces the front of the house so you can see the rest of Historic Liberty. Again, you have a concrete pad where you can park your car. You have a 2-car garage. This is a premium location, especially if you want an old historic Liberty home. Okay, so we're at the end. We're at the last bedroom. This house, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, is listed for $560,000. Now comment below, is that high? Is that low? Depending on where you are, where you're coming from. I come from Southern California, and for $560, you ain't getting anything like this. You're not sniffing anything like this. But hey, maybe you're coming from a small town and you're just like, $560, that's way too high. Comment below, where are you watching from? Now, maybe you didn't like Liberty. Maybe you decided it's just too far out there for me, or I want something more modern. Well, you know, we've covered a lot of different areas in Kansas City. Just click right here.